primary objective of this mission is going after those groups or gangs that we've identified through Operation Ceasefire. And we want to send them a strong and direct message that either you're going to get on board with the program or face relentless pursuit from law enforcement until you get on board. We have different law enforcement agencies from the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office, the U.S. Marshals, just to name a few, that are going out and targeting these violent felons who are using weapons as a way of committing crime here in our city. What we want to do is give back the city of Stockton to the good citizens so they can have a good quality of life in their neighborhoods. We feel that people should be able to go out in their front yards with their kids and play and not be worried about gunfire. So that's why we've been doing these missions since 2012, and we're going to continue to do it until we get violent crime under control here in our city.
He's a Sereno gang member. He has a warrant, no bail in the system. Any questions?
What we're going to do is we're setting up two unmarks on the house. One is going to actually try and cover the rear of the location. That way, if anybody flees out the back, we'll have that covered, kind of a perimeter. James, you going to go side with him? Hi, how are you? Good. Nice to see you.
These operations are, dangerous, just like regular police work is dangerous, because you never know who you're going to encounter during a traffic stop or going to a house. You never know who's going to answer that door. But definitely when we know that we're going after the worst of the worst offenders, we know we're targeting people that have warrants for their arrests. We're targeting gang members, parolees who don't want to go back to prison, and also violent criminals that have weapons. So definitely these last couple of days during this mission, our officers are faced with the dangers of police work.
The hazards of doing these operations for us as a team, as a community response team, or any team that works it, is going to a location where the person knows he's wanted, where he's a violent offender. We're making entry into a residence where we do not know who's inside. We do not know if they're armed. He just ran out the back? They resist, they fight, they also run.
Turn around. Keep walking. Come back. Alright, let's do this. Claire.
The known gang members and the known violent criminals, they have warrants ranging anywhere from being a parolee at large to assault with a deadly weapon. We have some that were listed with new arrest warrants for firearms charges and also for narcotic dealing. All the violent crime that exists within the city of Stockton, the warrants were issued for those for either not failing to go to court or for fresh cases that they've been identified as the suspects in.
I was out yesterday with one of the teams and listening to the neighbors, seeing a whole team of officers going to a problem house. They're very encouraged with the response that the police department and our allied agencies are doing here in the city of Stockton. And they are starting to get that sense of feeling secure in their neighborhood, because they know that we're going out neighborhood by neighborhood targeting the worst of the worst offenders so that we can give back those neighborhoods to the citizens. And also, we've seen a lot of our neighborhood watch groups, our community groups stepping up to the plate, reporting crimes that we haven't seen before here in the city of Stockton. We're getting a lot of tips on Crime Stoppers, on our Facebook Submit a Tip, telling us exactly where these gang members, these violent criminals are living, what parks they're hanging out at, and that's where we're able to focus in, deploy our officers to.